Hello and welcome, I'm Raziel and this is the Weekend Roundup. I'm just going to be covering Games Workshop today because Mantic and Warcradle have had big announcements this week. Mantic had their Barroom Brawl Advent Calendar, which will be cool for anyone who wants to play a game on Christmas Day. Having this Advent Calendar that turns into a game, it's a great idea. The models which we see, the Barkeep and the other guy, looks pretty cool. I can't really complain, it's kind of nice. Warcradle, of course, had 3 boxes for Dystopian Wars. You had the Sultanate box, which is the Abydos with their big hovercraft, the Imperium and their Scions of Jutland and their big robots and big boat, and the Union in Vanguard Squadron, which had some more John Henry Colossus in it. So a nice little roundup there of what everyone else is, what other people are doing. Games Workshop, of course, is what we're focusing on today. Now, what have they been doing? Well, today we have had the announcement, which I'll cover first, the 2 new miniatures for Warhammer Plus subscribers. You have the Kassakin Sergeant, Unbroken. It's a nice looking model, can't complain. Is a Kassakin. You could probably use him as a commander. I never quite like it when they do stuff like this. These limited edition models only being a sergeant. I always think they should be something more important. I have Sergeant Ripper Jackson as my Ashman Ataran commander because she looks absolutely fantastic and should be a role of commander and not just a sergeant. The same with this Kassakin by Karl Kopinski. Well, yeah, based on the art by Karl Kopinski, I should say. And yeah, it looks cool, but definitely a commander sort of guy. I would put him up as a commander rather than just a sergeant. He deserves a commanding role. He looks really nice. Again, just kind of cool. And you have Karlina von Karstein, and I gotta say, well, the model looks really good. Whoever painted that face needs to. I don't know. That's just a really bad job on that face. For a start, they haven't even done the eyes. It's right. If you're not a professional art painter like me, like I don't do eyes because I'm not a professional model painter. I don't do it professionally. I do it for fun. This is a professional job. This is someone who's hired to paint, and they've done a poor job of it. And if this is what you're advertising as your top level painters, it's just disgusting. I mean, when you actually compare it to whoever done I tell you what, if it's probably the same person, it's even worse. Whoever done the Kassakin has done a fantastic job. There's lots of fine detail in there. They've done like the stubble. It looks really good. Whoever's done the Vampiress, yeah, honestly, that's just not a very good job. And yeah, honestly, yeah, I don't like the paint job. The model's not too bad. It looks kind of weird. I like weird anyway. She has an empty cup. She has a sword. Yeah, it looks alright. But yeah, I gotta say, the model doesn't look too bad, but the paint job is just atrocious for that one. And this is for a professional painter too, which is really, really embarrassing. But again, I'm not a professional painter, so maybe it's a artistic choice. But yeah, the models don't look too bad. But are they worth getting Warhammer Plus for? Now, I'll be honest with you, Warhammer Plus, I had it for a year, and that was because it was gifted to me. And throughout the year, I tried watching it on and off. I watched some of the animation on Hammer and Bolter. It wasn't too bad. Lore Masters I never could get into. The Battle Reports I don't watch anyway. I've never watched Battle Reports. I don't like watching them. It's the same with watching video games or sport. I just find it utterly boring and tedious. But, you know, I've watched some of the animations. They weren't too bad. Stories were okay. But they were, like, quite amateurish as well. The only really good one I could really get into, and they kind of never continued it, was Iron Within with the Iron Warriors. I would love to see that one continue. That was actually really fun and enjoyable to watch. I really enjoyed that one. It was like the first good thing that came out. So I've not really delved into the animation or the TV side. What I did get into quite a bit was Warhammer Vault. Warhammer Vault's really good, and I think, honestly, Games Workshop should do that as a separate lower price subscription, like £1 a month or something, like £2 a month, just to be able to look at all these old books, old White Dwarfs, and just look at the history of Games Workshop. It's absolutely fascinating. I may just renew my subscription just so I can continue with Warhammer Vault. I mean, the models, yeah, if I did, I'd probably get the Kassakin more than the Vampire. And like I said, there's only one model in my, well, I have 2 models in a pilot ship. That's my pilot ship, 2 models. And one is Valkyria, and that is basically waiting for Warhammer Your World to drop, so I can use her there. And the other one is my Vindicator Assassin, Amber. Because I don't really want to use him. I have a Vindicator Assassin in my Imperial army. I don't need another one. So I have no use for him. And I just don't know what to do with him. Okay? I don't like having a model not being used either. So having him painted and made, it just would grate on my nerves even more. But that's the Warhammer Plus models. Okay? They look good, but I don't think they're worth Warhammer Plus for. I think GW should actually just allow people to buy these separately. Maybe give a time period where people who don't have Warhammer Plus would have to wait before they can purchase it. It's amazing how these models never expire. Okay, can we just also sort of just acknowledge that these models never go out of stock? Never. They can do enough stock for these ones, which would be a scalper's delight, but anything else is just sell out straight away. I've never seen them out sell out this one. The next part, and this is kind of, I just don't get this. Okay, so we got Cities of Sigmar coming tomorrow to pre-order with their big battle set, army set. It's not a bad set. It's kind of meh. It's 2 core units, one rare or special, whatever you're going to use, and your Lord and Hero choice. It's a very, very bland set. But the books actually looks pretty good, and of course, Cities of Sigmar is coming. Now, what I don't understand is that, again, there's been a very heavy push towards this all week. Every time I've gone onto Warhammer Community this week, it's been Cities of Sigmar, brand new thing. And I don't even remember Sisters of Battle or Leagues of Votann getting this much attention the week up to release. And there's like the lore, and the painting the miniatures, writing the rules. It's like this absolute deluge of information about the Cities of Sigmar. I've never seen it so hard on one faction in the last 30 years. I've been playing for 30 years and I've never seen it go this hard on a single faction. And let alone, a non-40k faction. You had Cities of Sigmar Roundtable, designing the miniatures, writing the background and lore. I mean, telling the story of the Cities of Sigmar. Okay, this is something that would have interested me. And it's just a chat about what it is. And honestly, this kind of just find these constant interviews about what in fact, just write a little bit about the lore. That would have got me interested. And this entire thing, this very heavy push on Cities of Sigmar, actually kind of turned me off it, rather than actually gone, ooh, I see something interesting. Seeing it every day has just gone like, I don't want it. I don't want it anymore. I was kind of interested when it was, we could see new miniatures that look cool, but all of this constant, this is what we're doing. Just boring. It's boring. And it has turned me off Cities of Sigmar. It has. And also, because it's very, very much targeted at the Empire-ish, the human side, again, Cities of Sigmar was meant to be these survivors of the old world who couldn't find a place to live, so they all had to sort of get together. That's why you had dark elves and dwarves and elves and everyone else and humans all under this one realm. But it's just really just saying, it's human. A lot of it's just humans. If there are elves and dark elves still available, that'd be great. But again, this looks just like they've just made Cities of Sigmar, rather than a hosh-posh variety army, into another human faction. Anyway, that's this week's roundup. My thoughts and opinions on the news. I hope you guys have a good weekend. What are you doing this weekend? What are you painting? I'm actually painting my Secret Service. I've almost finished it now. I've got 3 models left to paint for that, and then I'm going to go back onto my Grey Knights. I'm going to paint some more Grey Knights this weekend. What are you guys painting? And I'll see you all again soon. Links to Wayland Games if you want to save money on your Warhammer, of course. Get there early tomorrow and try and pre-order that battle set at a discount price. And there is my comics, my merchandise, cups, art, everything. You see it's down there, right? Stickers even. Hope you enjoy one. And there is Forbidden Planet. And finally, there's Patreon. But as always, if you're going to click on Patreon, treat yourself to something nice first. Don't just give me money. I'd appreciate it, but I'd rather you treat yourself first, because it all helps the channel anyway. Have a great day, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.